Um, Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast section. This is CHS Frequency, where we discuss inspiring ideas and or real life questions. Okay, so we are your hosts, and my name is K.D Adebisi. And today with me here is Miss. We are so excited to have you join us in today's event. Okay, so before we start, we would firstly like to appreciate and acknowledge our great university leadership authority, the person of our Vice Chancellor and Professor R.O. Kalilu. Also, our special thanks goes to the faculty leadership, the person of under the leadership of Professor E.A Akande. Also, we really like to appreciate our amiable and wonderful HOD for providing an enable environment. Also, we'd like to appreciate the host, the staff advisor, that's the mother of the department, for a support and a commitment. We would also like to thank the academic and non-academic staff. Also, we'd like to bring a special greetings to our co-host who is celebrating 6th month today, and that is the CHSPC. So for their tireless efforts, ensuring everything is kept in place, and for contributing to the success of today's event. So wherever you are joining us, CHSPC, can I hear you say our motto? CHSPC, we are in this together. CHSPC,
we are in this together.
So thank you so much for that. So finally, we'd like to appreciate everyone. Your presence here is actually, we really love it. It's appreciated. So we'd like to appreciate everybody present here for their support and their participation. So thank you. Okay, so today, as you can see that our guests are already seated, and you can see their handsome and beautiful faces. We really love them to introduce themselves to our listeners, and they should tell us what inspired them into this field in just a minute. So we'd like to start with our amiable HOD.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate this kind of gathering. I want to appreciate the association, the CHS, Consumer and Home Economics Student Association. Well done. I want to congratulate you for this, your week, this celebration. At the same time, I want to congratulate us. I mean the CHS, like the world we are in together. That means we are there together. So we are congratulating ourselves for the achievements so far. At least this is the 6th month, and we have so much to write about. So congratulations to us. So talking about this Dr. Oloyede here, it wasn't something I dreamed. It wasn't in my plan. Never my own wish to be in this field. In fact, when I was given the admission into this department, then in Oloyede, College of Agriculture, they named it Home and Hotel Management. It was a sad story. I didn't like it. I tried on my possible best to get out of the department. But, well, I even don't pay attention until I graduated first degree, basically because of my mother, because she has been the one saying, Femi, you have to manage. She showed me many places, showed me several hotels in Ibadan and Lagos. Let me know that this course is superb. Even these people are didn't study this course. They are managing this. She took me to homeless and many places. Like I didn't say the people are in charge of this place. He took me to some of the staff working with the World Health Organization and other NGOs and see how they are doing good. This is the course that is supposed to dream of. I said, I just be like, see this woman. Let me just do this just to fulfill our wish. So I graduated, in fact, with poor grade, not really poor, but 2-2, second class lower, because it was only to fulfill my mother's wish. So at the end of the day, what now brings it back to me was that when I did before going for NYC, before I went for my youth corps, I got a job. So before I know it, they started asking me to come and work for them here and there. When I see my mates, that they have not even settled with the clearance and many other things in school. But I'm done. I was getting job Because before you know it, they will say they need so that guy you can bake and come and be working for us. Before you know it, they employ me for textile again. I feel like, wow, seeing this thing is good. So I went for service. When I got to NYC, they reject so many core members. I served in Ebonyi State. That year, 2010 specifically, they rejected so many people. More than 70% of our core members, my set, were rejected at their PPA. For myself, I rejected myself. I got another one. I got like 3-4 places to cite because of the course, uniqueness of the course. Everybody will be like, wow, so we've been looking for somebody that can you work in the kitchen just now? So at the end of the day, I served in a very good place. Those people working in the bank and hospital, they were earning the same amount I was earning because they were paying me good money then. The other coppers that were working with the state government then, they were paying them 5,000 naira. They were paying me 40,000 naira. So multiply by 8 of other core members of my mate, either electrical or whatever. So I'm like, wow, so I didn't know the purpose of this course. I don't know the good things about this course. So that was the reason I'm now like, if it can be like this, without being paying attention, I think it deserves to give attention. So I went back for my master's. In fact, that was the reason I dropped out for my master's like 3 times because of the financial instability. But the fact is, that dream, that wish, that interest, that thing, those things that have happened to me in the field made me to have interest that I must, this field, I must not drop back again. I must do excellently. And that was the reason I went back for my master's. And to God be the glory, I was the overall best student for master's with 4.98 or 5.0. Wow. So it was only 1 B and 1 C I had throughout my master's because I had interest totally that this thing is a great cause and we must do it together. And glory be to God. And that was the reason ever since then I've been enjoying it. Anywhere I am, I've been working severally, anywhere, any place. In fact, it's only because teaching is my hobby. It's what I'm having interest in. Like I've written inside of one of my citations that I started teaching at the age of 15. So I become a professional teacher at the age of 15. Getting my teaching, they call it National Teachers Institute. So I did it, and at the age of 15, close to 16, I graduated and I started as a teacher at public day school. So since then, I have mind of impacting into every other people that comes around me, not only my students. And that's the reason I found myself as a lecturer. Not because I didn't get a job, because I've been working ever since I graduated till date. I've never been able to sit because of this course.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and you're welcome again, sir. So we move to our mommy seated over there.
Hi, good morning to you all. I want to thank you for this great opportunity. I want to say I'm privileged. And truly, Omicomics, to me, I see Omicomics as a course which is basic to life. In fact, just similar to what my guy here has said, since I graduated with Omicomics, I've never been out of job. I've been moving from one place to another. And in fact, God has given me the opportunity that I can state the amount I want to be paid. Even if I'm given an offer which I'm not pleased with, I can turn to the management of the organization to say, oh, sir, Oma, with this you are paying me, I'm not pleased with it, and it's not enough for what I have to do. Okay, I can make requests, and to God be the glory. I want to say God has orchestrated my path to be in this field of study. At first, truly too, I didn't see it as something bad to study economics because I did apply for it, but the university I applied to then gave me the admission, and my mom, of course, she was totally against it. She was totally against it, so she made an attempt to meet with someone who could help to do transfer or change of course into another course that she felt that can be more profitable than this. So on getting there, as the person was trying to help in order to change my course to transfer to another place which my mom feels is better, I found out that people were even looking for space in that course, the one I wanted to leave. Something else dawned on me that, oh no, if I'm still alive, I'm in good state, good health condition, so why do I want to be replaced? So I told the person who was supposed to assist me there, I told him at that point that I'm no longer changing my course. And he said, your mom will not be pleased with it. I said, no problem. So he put a call through to my mom, put the phone on loudspeaker and was like, your daughter said she's no longer changing. And she started, African mother, you know now. She started raging, saying a lot of things. And it's just her that we had then. So nobody supports me. She was started saying that, do I know what I'm doing? Do I think I'm out of my mind? I started saying a lot of things. And I just thought that I don't want to be replaced because that slot I wanted to leave, somebody else is ready to take it up. So I thought that I don't want to be replaced, that I'm going to go for the course. And of course, the man that was supposed to assist us told her on phone that she should just allow me to go for my wish, that this age, parents should no longer make decisions for their children, which I did. And to God be the glory on getting it to the course. Of course, at first it was a little bit discouraging, but later on, because I was determined that this is where I'm going to stay, because I was determined that, oh, no, I don't want to be replaced, I give thanks to God that since I came out from NYSC, I've been moving from one stage of blessing to another. In fact, where I am today, I give thanks to God that this space, this position, God orchestrated my path. And when I finished my BSc, as I was working, I thought of it that, oh, I can do more. I put it for my master's degree. It's just like the whole earnings I had then was going to hit. My mom again came in and said, come and get married. You want to study. You like book. I said, okay. She was not going to give her support, but all thanks to God and the siblings that supported me through. So by the time I came out and this position was open and the qualification was just right, what I had, just a few months, I came out of my second degree. So I give thanks to God. And of course, Omicron is basic to life. And I'm so happy that I'm here today because when the flow of knowledge stops with someone, it can die. So when the flow of knowledge moves from one person to another, it can be broadened and it will surely come to life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Ma. And to our wonderful guests, we'd like to say that while introducing yourself, we'd like you to mention your name, and also it's just within a minute. Thank you. So to our next.
All right. Thank you and good morning, everyone. I'm most pleased to speak on this podcast. Actually, I am F.B Oluwagbemileke, F.B. I know many persons here who are watching right in the studio and those watching from outside perhaps know that I am a male home economist. I need to emphasize that for a reason, because when I came to the course, like most of what my Oga Oloyede said and the staff advisor, I was given home economics. And one discouraging point is for female. But from my first degree to second degree to the final degree, I've become persuaded that the home is the only thing any man can study, and you study the center of the society. So I am pleased, based on passion and an assurance, that this is the field I want to continue till death do us part, perhaps.
Wow. So thank you so much, sir. And also, while I was doing the appreciation, I forgot to mention, I apologize, the members of the CHS CEC and the SRC would really like to also appreciate you for coming. Thank you so much.
So to our guests, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We are truly excited to learn from your experience.
Okay, so I am in person, and I'm very sure everybody is. We are truly today's discussion. So our guests, we want you to feel free, relax. It is just a friendly discussion.
We'll begin with questions submitted by the students. A 100-level student in our department wants to know, how relevant is this course in today's society? I would love our amiable HOD to answer the question. A 100-level student in our department wants to know, how relevant is this course in today's society?
Wow. Thank you so much. Like you said the other time that I didn't mention my name. My name is Oloyede Olufemi. So now, talking about that question, how relevant is totally relevant. This is when there is one slang that I always use, that everything starts here. This department, if you know what you are doing, you can, like, not only that, this department, if you know what you are doing, you will do better. Like what we have said, you realize that it is relevant. It has been relevant. It is relevant, and it will be relevant. Because looking at it, I don't think there is anything they have done for you in this department, but you did everything yourself. This is interior decoration that the whole world They look for money, they learn, they do everything. These things you will have get it done. From this place, from the background, you can see the, what's it called? The adire from the background. Nobody did it for you. You did it yourself. This is the rock that you have done by yourself. This is what they use and spend a lot of money in order to get. But you did it yourself. So this is what you have done, everything. So everything, day in, day out activities of daily is from this department. To prepare food, to make things, resources management is there. Even to talk about the textile, what you put on, what you consume, what you put, everything is from this department. Like you have done. This one was made by you. This is, what's it called? Ofi. They call it Ofi. This is textile. You have done it. So how do you now want to tell me that? How is it relevant? Wow. That means it will be relevant forever. If people are still eating, wearing, two things, it means it will be relevant forever. Except there is no living people on this world. In this world again, that is the only way you cannot be relevant.
Wow. Thank you so much, my amiable HOD. I should probably write that down. Okay, so another student here is curious about what the kitchen maintenance fee is being used for, since the kitchen is still lacking some standardized equipment. I really love if Mrs. K.D Adebisi take the question now.
All right, thank you so much. I'll just give a brief response to that, which I'll still answer to the heads of departments. You do more justice to it. Okay. The other time I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Adebisi K.D Adebisi. Kitchen maintenance fee has gone into a whole lot. Of course, the preparing stage might not be visible to all, but when we are cooking up, when it's ready to heat, that is where you'll be able to see more. So I pass to the HOD.
Thank you, my dear sister. To buttress the point that you have raised now, you realize that it is not the day, the beginning of journey is never the achievement of the journey. It's until you get to the end before you see what you have realized. We started the kitchen without nothing. So seeing the kitchen today, you realize that we have done many. So seeing all those things we have there, compared to any other department in this university or in any other institution, even like I will probably mention, if I'm allowed to mention, many schools that I've worked, we don't have what we have in this kitchen there because the commitment was not there. Go to Osun State University specifically, tourism department, go to Adiba University, which is private university, you cannot get what we have here. And in Leduru that we started this department, less than 4 years, we have acquired a lot. This kitchen maintenance, you have said, you have only paid twice. And you have a lot, that more than the money you have paid. So that means your money is working.
Wow, your money is working.
Thank you so much for that, sir. Moving on to another question. This is coming from the Student Welfare Unit. A student is asking that why is it that they are forcing students to wait around even after exam, which is unfair and stressing students out? I would like Mr. F.B Oluwagbemileke to answer that question.
All right, thank you so much. Let me speak from the exam office. Now, examination is, to us, not what many people think it is. Now, when people hear exam, you only think of writing. Examination in life and in university goes beyond just writing. At your convocation, the registrar will announce that you are admitted to the bachelor's degree of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology because you have satisfied the requirements in learning and character. And you have to be examined across board. So many times you feel that what you come to do is just, all right, exam, I'm done, let me go. I think that is the shortcomings that formal education has. You should learn that everything you are doing is holistic and is meant to build the whole person. If, I know many of you don't know the Lautech anthem, I need you to go back and study the anthem. There is a line in the anthem that says, building the whole person. And which other course would achieve that if not economics? So there are several other things that we can't teach in school. I know that students have concerns, sincere concern, and that is why this kind of thing is coming to address them. Please understand that we think like you too. We've been there. So we know what it takes to be a student. So we wanted to learn not just academics. Now, one thing that you are doing after exam is your practical.
Yes.
The student week. These are all essential to your growth. If the whole person will be built, all of this must be addressed. Let me give an example. We have very stringent calendar, and we cannot teach everything. If you have to teach, don't let us start mentioning how many courses each lecturer has to take. So the time frame is very short. So we have to create time for your own advantage to learn. And let me also remind you that the lecturer themselves, they also need rest. If anyone should be vying for after exam no other activity, it should be lecturers. Because we continue, even when you are gone, like a student once said that, well, I've written my own, after student night class to write exam, it remains the lecturer's night class. We also have a lot of things we are going through. So I need all the students to acknowledge that this is part of things you need for the building of the whole person. Thank you.
Thank you. In order to add to that, I would like to always put some addition to it. For instance, like what he has mentioned it all, but the fact is, just let me bring it to your notification that looking at it, that doing exam is the last thing. There are some of you guys that will say, I have some slang. They say, education is a scam. I think, am I right? They say education is a scam.
School has scam.
School has scam, thank you. School has scam. So there are those people that they cannot wait behind. Those people that cannot relate. Those people that cannot allow university to go through them. Only go through the university. Those are the people that will say school has scam. Because one of those things is this. I do ask you, when we are taking resources management, that where do you have your first audience? Where do you have your first customers? Who are your first customers? Your colleague. So if you don't have relationship, how do you go about it? Like that question you asked now, that was a thing you started this your week with, which is consumer awareness. Consumer awareness is a major, very core among all the courses you have to take from the university. And if you don't have the practical experience, you don't go to it and learn it. You cannot get it anyway. So if you now be like, I'm done with the exam and you just fail, it means that when you get to the field, you become a non-entity. So everybody will now be seeing you that, and you said, which school did you say you graduated? Who are your lecturers? Are they full? And you have very brilliant lecturers. They are committed. Instead of asking that question, it should have been something they're supposed to write and be saying, well done, our lecturers, for what you have been doing. When you refuse to mention the name, always mention the courses they are taking. The person that is taking least course in this semester is 16. So if a lecturer is taking about 16 courses, the person will need to read before preparing the note. Then you are sleeping at your father's and mother's house. So after the note he or she prepared, by then he would need to come to class. When I ask you to come to class 7 o'clock, some say, they will do so many things. And don't forget that I have 19 courses to take within a week. So you coming by 7, you will go by 9. Me, I will still remain in the class. Another said to come by 9, I will take it 11. That one will go, I will take another 11 to 1. And somebody who was complaining about 7 is there at home sleeping. Somebody complaining about 9 is there at home sleeping. I will do that for complete a week. But you will only come 1 or twice in a week. And you are complaining. After that, we write the exam. I will have to do sleepless nights in order to prepare your questions for the exams. So you will do the exam, only that period of examination. You will do your night, you do your sleepless night, and you write, you finish. Then you submit it back. My sleepless night starts like Mr. Oluwagbemileke mentioned. So when you are sleeping, I start that. The coffee you didn't finish. I will continue. So that's the reason you now see that after all these stresses, at the end of the day, you get them outside. Let me just chip in a thing. I will not be able to mention just a little short story. A friend of mine, when we graduated, I was working. Then when we got to NYC, we happened to stay together in Ebonyi State. Then every one of them will be like, they cost you with work. You are working, they're working here and there, those things. But you know what? The guy I don't want to mention the company they invited him. Very big one. They now asked him to prepare donuts or any other food or something. The idiot. The idiot now called me. There was a nickname they called me then. He called me with that nickname. Papa, I'm on the airport though. Nobody must hear. What am I going to eat? Mama, the flower there. What am I having? Flower, my papa, what do I put? Sorrow now? Because I think it's not that I don't want to answer him, but I couldn't just expect a graduate from field of home economics, hospitality then, we were specializing in catering and hotel, which is under home economics then. So now, I cannot expect somebody to spend 4 years in university and be asking me that, shake flower and no donuts. So these are the things that you have to learn. So if they ask you to stay back, I was fighting with your lecturers at let them settle. But the fact is, they were doing these things all because of you. Because in the meaning of you going, it's not going to be garbage in, garbage out. So for you to go for consumer awareness in the market in real life, not what you watch on the screen, not what you read in the paper, not what you ask from the people, then you know that this is what it takes. So when next, in the future, when you see such a thing, you'll be the person to suggest it because you have been into it. So, and many others, like the lectures you received the other time, if your senior colleague have not been able to put through, or your lecturer that presented that they have not been able to put through, then what do you expect them to say by that period of the lecture? It's only what you have that you can give. And they cannot give all your life into the questions. 1, 2, 3 is only 4 questions you attend. So how do you want to meet the entire thing? You want to meet the road, on the road of the journey to the success, only from the 4 questions. It's not possible. So reality must be bringing in. So that is what it's all about. It's not about wickedness, but teaching. And for somebody who knows what he or she is doing, you have to calm down to know, because the person who is showing it to you knows better than you do.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for that wonderful insight, my amiable HOD. Okay, so moving on to the next question. It says, I would want the department to consider asking us to pay lesser amounts for things pertaining to the department, like asking us to pay 20,000, and the second day it has been increased. How do we go about that? I really love our HOD to take the question as well.
Thank you so much. Like the question is said now that they have them to pay 20,000 naira, the following day they say it's increased. I can just say that one is just exaggeration. Because like you said, that 20,000 and they asked them to pay, it's not even, it was not enough, and they asked them to pay, not to the lecturers. He didn't mention that the money was not paid to the lecturer.
It's just like an example of...
And that's what I'm saying, like, no money have been collected directly by lecturer. Only lecturer guides them on how to spend the money. Even the money will not be sufficient where the lecturers or the department will have to augment. So such money, if you have been asked to pay and you know you are spending it, you don't supposed to delay. So if the department was ready to augment or to support, it means that they will pay for those people that are ready. So for those ones that didn't meet up in paying, then they should find the remaining money that we're supposed to support with. So I don't need to support somebody who is not ready. So if I'm supporting, I will support those ones that are ready. For instance, your association deal, they ask you to pay 3,001. And they refuse, some people refuse to pay. And I said, you want to do souvenir, how do you want to make up? Okay, count how many people that have paid. Let me assist people by adding it. So it's only those ones that are paid. So if other people want to pay now, who should raise that money? So if they should pay, it means either they don't collect anything or they should have the remaining money I added. So when you are asked to do, it's not that we are asking you to do, but we are asking you to do for ourselves. It's not for us. So when you have been able to do it together, by then you can even buy bulk things and it will be cheaper. For instance, you people did one program we call SWELL, a student work experience program. The other time when we asked you to pay for, I think, to buy some clothes in order to cut and sew for yourself. So instead of buying it 2,000 naira per yard outside there, we got it for 1,000 naira because we want to buy bulk. So if somebody needs to pay on time, then you have to go and buy 2,000 naira individually. So if you are going, who had the remaining 1,000? So the shortage will be on the person. So that's the reason when you ask, it means for your purpose. So, and like we did in this department, we have the unit we call resources management. So we don't want to spend more. And that was the reason we want to buy everything in bulk. So we don't spend unnecessary spending. So resources management is standardized expenses and your resources. Not short or over. It must be standard. And that is it.
Thank you so much for that.
Moving on to the next question. A student asked, concerning our clothing construction practical, we know that YouTube is good for learning, but most of us have zero knowledge of how to draft patterns or sew. During the practicals in each group, most of the people that sew are tailors. I personally cannot even cut a paper. I personally cannot even cut a paper, talk less of sewing a garment. I suggest starting from little projects that will carry everybody along, with each and everyone being confident of having a practical skill. I'll be directing the question to Mr.
Thank
F.B
you.
Oluwagbemileke.
All right, so concerning clothing construction, I'm permitted to remove the jinx from the essence first. That person that cannot cut a paper maybe needs to go to primary school and learn that. But the point is, there are 264 students to teach clothing construction. That's the course, clothing construction. And in our own ingenuity, we have to do some reshuffling of course content to make sure that you learn the preliminary. In fact, the HOD can bear with this. We have to move from office to office saying we want to adjust what the students will learn first. All because we want that progression from the known to the unknown. But the point to say that it was only those people that know how to sew that sewed in my group is a sign of irresponsibility. Because you are put in groups so that those who know can help those who do not know. And that is how we all learn in life. No one is an island of knowledge. For the days I've spent in Lautech here, I have learned from every person I've ever met. But the person saying that should also reconsider what improvement has that person tried to make on his or her own. Now, talking about the use of YouTube video for learning. Now, one lecturer has to teach 264 students to draft pattern, but this front and back, sleeve, and for shirts, common, after having to take several other courses. It is just wise to use technology to upscale the learning. Now, in home economics, I should also say that one aspect I've picked interest in is the unexplored aspect, home technology. Because many times we feel we have to do things the regular way. Now, those people who have that complaint, they should rather come and sit with their reality. I have learned so many things without meeting a person who knows how to do it. I've had to learn them on YouTube. Since that person needs some, perhaps, mindset reorientation, the person should. Because you cannot continue to think you will be spoon-fed with everything. Now, I can recall CHS 301. That was when I tried to teach physically. Those who were in that class will remember. I have to be jumped. It was personal construction. And it was a small help. Because I have to be going through everyone's work. Then the student was about 175. Now, it was not optimizable. But now, YouTube can help us do that better. Anyone want to watch the video can go back and learn on your own. Plus, YouTube give you access to several other resources that can make your learning easier. So I want to encourage the students. It may be the need to rethink the approach you have to learning. And even for your information, when I was in school, we were less than 90. We had teacher. Thank God, by God's grace, the department is now blessed with a technologist. And she has been a blessing because when the practical was going, she was there to give guidance to students. Then, just the lecturer will be teaching us. A old woman. Once she's done 1 day, 2 days, go and learn the lesson on your own. And at that time, YouTube has not become popular. We have to go extra mile to learn whatever we're able to learn. And I think that students as well should have that psychological re-engineering to think that what we are trying to give them is the best we can now. And they should not worry. Perhaps the next 20, 30 years, when technology has gone so wide, maybe we'll be able to afford to buy enough of spaces, employ enough lecturers to teach them. But the truth is this. We are trying our best to give the students the best obtainable around the world. And students should appreciate that too.
Thank you so much for adding that. The reason, don't just think maybe your HOD is always ready. But the fact is,
with your caps, you are ready for once. You can sing that.
no, like you know me very well.
Very well, sir.
Yeah, you know, like what he has said. He answered the question very well.
Yes, sir.
But I want to let everybody know that you cannot satisfy everyone.
True.
Like I will even go this semester or onward now. I will tell you that only the ready ones are to be waiting behind. Like I've said that during my undergraduate days, I was not ready. So you can't force somebody who is not interested. Somebody who is interested will have even ready. Before they ask him, he will have been to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and many other places in order to get what he needed. Somebody like me that I said I was not even ready during the undergraduate days, I consult my handbook to read ahead of any classes, ahead of any semester. So then I didn't have resources you have, like you people have it now. Like one of the resources you people are having now, you have these lecturers, the committed lecturers, unlike we, like he said, that an old woman, compared to somebody even like me, somebody with my specialization then was only one lecturer. So many things like, but now you are committed. So for those ones who are ready, they should not be swayed due to the word of this unserious. Because I would just say that you are not ready. Before they ask you to even be in the group, you should have grabbed it and learn from that person that even put you into your group. If you know you are into this department, you should not be saying it out that I don't know how to cut paper. It is a great shame on you. If you have been in 100 level, you spent a year, and you know I'm going to home economics fully. We did CHS 102 with you, that's preparing you for this department, and you know by then you now get to 200 level, you now see now say you cannot cut paper. That person is not even ready for academics. So such person is either you ask for withdrawal, or you step your academics down, or you transfer. Yes, thank you. That's another option. Maybe you go to another department where they don't commit, they are not committed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure, you understand? So because the thing is in group. So please, let's try, encourage, like I will say, serious ones are the ones you find in this kind of gathering. Serious ones are there online now watching what we are saying. But the unserious one, presently they are pressing TikTok. Presently they are chatting on WhatsApp. So after all these things we have done, but what do they do? They won't even speak it in English. They will not be able to speak correct English. What did they do? They can't come God waste our time. Thank God, sir, no go. You will thank God now. But when the exam comes, or when they ask them to come and do, you will say, which kind of rubbish it is now? But he has forgotten that he was the one using his time for rubbish. So please, I beg you, I'm sending you to others. Please, evangelize the word. Let them know that they should face the reality. Because the word waiting is not like this word that everybody are sending, calling, giving. The word coming is beyond this word. So please, tell them. I beg you to tell them. Because they won't hear or take from our tongues. Because they believe it is always pure truth. But for those of you that they know that we're very close, let them know it is bad. Imagine what you have here. See all the curtain blinds, everything, this thing you have done. If somebody is now saying that he didn't know that this is what is coming for, if you're now talking about scissors, handing of scissors, it means such person should not be here. Shall you get it? So please talk to them to get themselves together and ready for the task.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Please, before we move on, please permit me to chip in this. Learning starts with you. See, a camel can be forced to the riverside, but the camel cannot be forced to drink water. The learning begins with you. And I want to say that readiness is very important. In fact, this department has been putting in a lot to ensure that we equip our students, to ensure that we train them so that you will not be half-baked. But learning begins with everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So our HOD said something, and I quote. He said, face the reality. Okay, so moving to the next question that says, students often observe food practicals without sufficient teaching or demonstration, which can make hands-on participation ineffective. How does this department plan to ensure that all students are properly prepared and guided before practical section? I would like Mrs. K.D Adebisi to take the question.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so concerning food practicals, usually food practical begins in 200 level, and in 200 level there is guided knowledge. In fact, when we do grouping for CHS 209, which is the cooking practical in 200 level, we ensure that we have limited number of students in each group. The 200 level currently can attest to that. We have just 10 level in the group. And by the grace of God, usually, we are there sitting with them from the beginning of the practical to the end to ensure that everyone is guided through the practical process. So, like I said at that time, learning begins with you. Anyone who is ready to learn, we ask questions during the practical section. By the time you get to your 300 level, we believe that we have opened eyes to some things in 200 level, which you are supposed to go and add more to your knowledge. By the time you get to 300 level, like Mr. Oluwagbemileke said at that time, we are not supposed to spoon feed you. Everyone is expected to do what? To add more knowledge to what they have on ground. So that 300 level stage is for you to come and do what? Present to us what is within you. I must say that this department is giving us a whole lot. We have passed through undergraduate stage too. We know what we went through. And by the grace of God, we don't want you to also go through the hard process. And that's why we are bringing everything possible to make it easier for you to learn. So, for that person that is actually asking the questions, just like we used to do, anytime we have practicals, we ensure that every group has 1 or 2 people who have more knowledge in that area, and you are there. See, in fact, I used to be amazed the attitude of some people towards learning. You have a group, you want to learn what you have little or no knowledge about, and during the process, you will sit down and press phone. No, let's be fair with ourselves. If you want to really learn, at first, you will come with your writing materials and be ready to ask a lot of questions. And of course, when you are done with that, you can go back to your own private ways. If you have somebody has practicalized how to make puff in your site, if it is 2 cups of flour, you can do a little experiment yourself in your own closet. By the time you do that, you will find out where your mistake lies and where you have to improve on yourself. So, I believe that this department is putting up a whole lot. Don't expect that we spoon feed you. Be ready to do what? To also do extra practice, add more knowledge to what you have on ground. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Like I used to do, let me do that again. About that one, this is my specialization. Don't forget that. When you talk about this full practical you have mentioned, prior to the practical, if you know, every one of you should testify that we will have supplied you handy material.
Okay, sir. I think we are not getting the question correctly. I think what this person is trying to say is that if we can have individual practical, not kind of group something like that.
If you look at the number of students we have,
let me just tell you. That individual practical, wait. Yeah, it is normal.
Right.
Like what he said, somebody like me, because it was during our own period, there was specialization. We do have it. But even having it as individual does not make it effective. Get it right. He made mention of one adage word that you can force a camel.
Let me start with you. Okay.
Because the fact is, these people you are talking about, if you know that I'm here for business, somebody like me, I was trained, but the fact is, I teach my IT where I will be trained fully because I know this is where I'm going on. And I became something else in the field. And like what I will just tell you, it's not possible for the lecturers. Even if you do first, second degree, 10 degrees, you will not be able to learn every full stack. So only what they will teach you is how to transfer procedure to reality. So it's not left for you. When I was first posted to my place in Ebonyi State, I said, how could I prepare Igbo food? I've never been there. Mind you, how do I prepare it? Immediately I got to that kitchen that day. The very first thing was one chidurogo. I was like, what's all this? So I have to, but the fact is, I know I'm into business. I sat, I met my job, please, what are the things? And I gave everything, every list. I started. And before I knew it, I even became the chop. I became the chop during NYSC. They appointed me. They pay me extra because I was ready. So coming to this department, you have been given material. You want to know. Go. I have among the 500 level students today that when they came in 200 level, he particularly came to me. Even then, we didn't have kitchen. I trained her inside my office. I brought my gas to my office because she came. Some people followed her. That was the person who wants to learn. I have a missed you in 400 level now. She's into the business fully now. She will come and meet me. Oga, come and give me more procedure. I need your, what's it called? Your recipe. She will come, and the girl is into catering fully now. She's not a type that you can just share. Let me just use this medium to even announce her so that you can patronize her. Adam Alekun. She's into it. You know she bake and she do everything. So the moment you got to this place, a couple has been doing what is it called? Parfait. Some people don't even want to know.
Yeah.
So for those people who want to know, should have approach, please do for me. So that aspect, you can equip yourself, like I've said, face the reality.
It's the reality.
That the reality is around. Don't think
So depends on your
somewhere
readiness to
you
learn.
want to get it. But the fact is, like you have said, even if you have chance, we will still improve. We are improving. We are finding every means. Thank God for what you have now. Other institutions didn't have it. I can boast it, say it. That weaving center you have, they don't. You Funab that has it, they only have 2 off. We have 6 off here. This your those of you that are talking about textile, it has been something. It has been an headache until when these 2 people arrived. That I was relieved. So we're supposed to be saying thank you, because of what they have been doing. Because the work myself I know. And this moment, like I will tell you, we have been able to send it out now for those people who want to learn suit making. Because but we see that our students will not apply. A lecturer from the outside, they apply. Outside people are applying. They are not into this field. They are not. But my students, that I believe that they will be like a killer. But most of the people are like, I'm going home. Home that you will go, that you will leave.
You get tired.
You get out of the house, that home, that house. After this something, you get home, they will pursue you out of you. What are you doing? Then make one time, your people outside, go and do something better. Go be that house that you are running to. So, and I was thinking about upgrading it, making you people proud, because your success is my own ego. When you people saw that, I could remember one of my lecturers, he will call me, she will, Oloyede, where are you now? I said, I'm in school. Which position are you now? I said, I'm the HOD. Can you hear? He was bragging because she was my supervisor during the first 3 days. Everywhere she brags. I have a student already, she said, he's HOD. I was there, imagine. And that is all I can do as well. For people to achieve, if you people achieve, myself, I can have things to brag. So please, everybody, face the reality.
Thank you so much, sir. I think we can clap our hands and appreciate what the department is actually, doing for us. Okay, so to wrap that question up, I would like to say that it all depends on your readiness to learn.
Moving on to the next question. This is coming from the academic unit. Since the curriculum is now different, I suggest the 300 level should also go for IT now. Is that possible? I'll be directing the question to Mr. F.B Oluwagbemileke.
Okay. All right. I think some students already love that idea of going for IT twice. Perhaps. Notwithstanding, curricular differences, it's unique in Nigeria because as we speak, we now run the core curriculum minimum standard, CCMAS. And that actually gives us some level of autonomy to add some courses, but as some we cannot. Some are by university standard. IT is regulated by the ITCU, not by the department. However, the goal of the department for you guys, it goes so far that what you are going to get is 6 months of IT, you can get within the time frame you are planned, that we plan for SWEP. For example, look at what happened to the 300 level last SWEP. What they learned under 3 weeks, they can attest to it. That you are able to start from what you learned before, including construction, come to real life, and you are taken through the learning by expert facilitators. And at the end of the day, everyone is able to construct their own garments. 6 months. Those of you that went to learn tailoring outside, How long does it take to learn tailoring? Some 2 years, 3 years, and so on. They're still there. So it means that we are trying as much as possible to use the SWEP opportunity to compress that knowledge to make it available for you. Look at this suit making, for example. It's just 2 weeks of intensive learning, and we are committed to making sure that you get the very best in those 2 weeks. So I want to encourage the students. Curricular differences is not your problem. It's a matter of the heart. If you are ready to learn, those opportunities of learning we are making available, you can explore them. But let me also confirm to you that from the academic end here, we are committed to making your academic journey rewarding. For example, I don't know if that question is coming up to, but I've had some students approach me and say, just like HOD said, can't you also have specialization in our field? You see, all this clothing thing is not what I wanted. All this food thing is not what I'm interested in. I just want to focus on child development. The truth is, while for now, that kind of specialization is not in the curriculum, but we are absolutely committed to integrating such things. Because our goal is that once you come out, there is a saying, this is a university, isn't it? In a university is a universal city. You should be able to learn everything about something. That is home economics. But you should also be able to know something about everything. So that is the way you come. We want you to know something about everything, but we also come to a point where at least there is something you know everything about. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. So another question says that students notice repeated topics across semesters, which can make learning feel reluctant. How does the department plan to standardize this curriculum to prevent repetition and ensure each semester builds on prior knowledge effectively? So I'd like our amiable HOD to take the question.
Well, the person said that you realize that those courses you said is being repeated. Go and check Pharaoh. It's not repeated. How? Why? We have, thank you. She just whispered to my ear that prerequisite. When you have it to be one, you have the other one too. Or you have this one, you have the one that's advanced. You realize that what we are taking here is different. It will be a bit better or higher or harder than the previous one. We have been able to check going through, but the only thing is just try as much as possible. One thing is this, in fact, you see the reason I didn't even talk after this Mr. Oluwagbemileke talk now. The reason was like, there is one saying, Bagunyan nínú odó, tá a ṣe bẹ̀ nínú èpo ẹ̀pà, ẹni tí ó yóò ẹni tí ò yóò ní yó. So there is nothing we can do. If I continue to shout now, talk tomorrow, and make talking my hobby, that one will not cause effectiveness totally. So I only beg us, this thing is not all about repetition of topics. Go through it back and back. You realize that they will be a bit higher than. So when we are taking you in first section of food preparation and food, we call it food preparation and presentation one. The second one, too, preparation and presentation two. In the first one that they are taking you, you will be asked just to prepare. During the preparation, it is transferration, transferring of the practical into the reality. Just bring it and interpret. That's the main thing. So if you do something good, you only be graded on that. While the second one is about presentations, different presentations and how to present and how to serve it. So they are different. But if somebody is not like presentation and presentation, I've done it now. I mean, they could be the same. They are not. They are not. So please, let's have the ears that hears. The ears that hears. Let's have it. Please, not only that. Those are the words they use most times. They are. No, please, it's not different. They are different. They are not the same. They are not. Consumer behavior is different from consumer education. Behavior is different from education. So don't jump at it. They are different.
Thank you so much for that.
So moving on to the next question, it's a little bit long, but I'll read it. Concerning the sewing machines in the studio, most of them have faults and are not effective. I suggest the department should sell all the sewing machines ordered from table and purchase even if it is 2 new standard sewing machines. This will make our work effective, and stop delayed outcome. The sewing machines are really giving us problem. I would love the HOD to answer.
Thank you so much. Permit me to
Victoria.
speak Yoruba.
Victoria,
Yoruba says,
so funny.
"Agbọ̀nrín èṣí nírú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ ń jẹ lọ́bẹ̀." Ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ojú tó rí ni tó mọ́ ni, ọ̀pọ̀ ní òwò bí tá a wà. Talking about the machine, maybe last year, as at this period last year, this February, we don't have any machines.
We have just one. We have just one sewing machine.
We have only one.
One.
So this time around, we have 26, 27. We have 27 machines. So if that person, maybe the person have not been coming, or maybe he doesn't have access to the machine, or he didn't even know how to use it. Because many of the machines, they even destroy, they will still repair it. And the machine they are complaining about is still the machine they are using for even making money. Because I employ students to do scrub. Students sew these clothes. I employ students for everything. And they are using the machine you are complaining about.
Yeah.
So
They
that
still
is
sew
Up to last night.
they still sew last night.
inside the studio.
So in that case, maybe the person didn't know about it, or they just, maybe here is just transferring something into our mouth, or something sharp, but it's wrong. So we have specifically, we have 27 machines working effectively. The one that needs services, I think we did that. Even the student that needs you went for servicing.
Went for a long journey.
For long journey,
To
to Lawrence
services.
specifically, to get it done. So I think that person.
Sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you. See, I think I would just like to encourage you. You have to put on a whole lot of patience with the learning. During the swap, then this sewing machine that you complained that was ordered from Temu, and you think we should set them off. This sewing machine, myself, Mr. Oluwagbemileke, Mrs. Adebisi, Dr. Oloyede, every one of us. I remember that we were giving roster to come in and out of the swap to ensure that you are guided together with the facilitators to train you into proper garment construction. A student will complain, "Ma, this sewing machine is not working." By the time I will get there, calm down, remove the bobbin, try to adjust it a bit, put it back with a lot of patience. By the time I wrote, and it's also the other time. See, I just think that when you want to learn, you need a whole lot of patience.
Open hands.
These so-called machines sometimes just need little oiling. Some of you don't even remember some oil, and you want to use, and you want it to crack, and you want it to also work at the same time.
They are still minded that it
Of
will not
course.
work.
Of
When
course,
have that
you need that
knowledge,
patience.
abẹ́ẹ̀rí ni. That's what they will first say, that abẹ́ẹ̀rí ni. It is not abẹ́ẹ̀rí. When you have that zeal, that this thing, I got to it. So when you get there, even if it is causing anything, you feel like, ibi ni o, ajo wa nbi ni, we are doing it. We have some people like that. I can testify to it. Then my editor, Fakule Rebecca, wasn't a tailor anywhere before.
Yeah.
She became tailor during that period. That Temu turned Rebecca Fakule to retailer. She can sew, and I trust my girl. She will still learn this suit making.
Yeah.
I trust her. So you continue seeing the runs, and you will see people excelling. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí mi sìn wọ́n wá.
You better say your own. Okay, so
Okay, please,
another.
before you leave there, because sewing machine has been kind of under my purview for a while. One other issue is related to what Mr. Adebisi said, is a matter of maintenance.
Yeah.
Now, many persons, when they are done using the sewing machine, even the state they leave it, show that they themselves don't even think this thing will be used again.
Yes.
They just use it and dump. And I advise students to let us correct one anomaly that has become a national tragedy.
Yeah.
That is a poor maintenance culture. The reason why you want to travel out of Nigeria to learn elsewhere is because they have better maintenance culture, not because they have more infrastructures than we do. So when you are using the sewing machine, I will meet sewing machines there with clothes placed on it like that.
Like a dumping
Then
ground.
everything will just be there. Some people will finish one pure water nylon with water
leftovers.
inside there. The stuff will pour on the sewing machine and make it get rusted.
Yeah.
And then we continue to make complaints. These are issues that should not be allowed to continue.
Right. Okay, can we move on, please?
Yes.
Okay, so while the event was going on, I cite the presence of our wonderful HOD, the presence of Professor Dean. I so much apologize for that. Our wonderful Dean, the person of Professor E.A Akande. You are very welcome to our present. Thank you so much for having us and joining us on this stage. Okay, so moving on, another student here is curious about, he or she is reaching out as regarding the CGPA and some courses where we have scored, okay, the student is asking that in some courses where we have scored like E grades, since our overall performance is impacted by this, would it be possible for the department to consider allowing us to redo these specific courses? It would greatly help improve our CGPA. So I would direct that to our exam officer.
All right. From the exam office, this kind of issues, please listen and be attentive. Because I know many students love, if possible, to undo the past. But instead of telling you about the corrective measures, I will only be telling you the preventive measures. The best thing for you is to never get an E, not a D, not even a C. A's and B's, like when you see results, you see and those ones make sense. Not when you're not getting EDFF results. So I encourage you, please do your best to get and for your information, we are committed to your success. If you merit an A, whatever score, you have the right to get it, and nobody will draw scores from you.
Yes.
If everybody gets an A, it means you've been taught well. There is no reason for you to be drawn back. But if you merit an E, nobody has any official responsibility to say, oh, let us show pity. Actually, A, B, C, D, E, and F, they are grades. And they are all meant to be taken. But I encourage you, go for the A's and B's. But for whatever the person asking the question really intends, the department has our thought about it, and we're working on that aspect of you get an E. You don't have to get an E in the first instance. That is my sincere counsel for you. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. Like the question, I don't know if you get the question correctly, sir. The person is asking that he or she got an E in the course.
Like retaking the course.
Yes.
That is why I said that please don't get an E in the first place.
Okay. Yes.
Because you don't, it's better for something not to happen than for you to start looking for how to adjust it. And I should also tell you that each university is autonomous. So there are principles established by the Senate of each university to guard things like this. So I encourage you not to be thinking, can this be possible? If it is possible to get an A, what else will you go for? Get an A and let the world rest.
Let me just say something. There is one Yoruba adage tí wọ́n ní pé ogun yípa arọ tó bá wí tẹ́lẹ̀ yípa arọ tó bá gbọ́n ni they added that tó bá gbọ́n later but in the past they say ogun àwítẹ́lẹ̀ yípa arọ. So, but arọ tó bá gbọ́n, so be among arọ tó gbọ́n. How did you see arọ tó gbọ́n? Arọ tó gbọ́n when they say there is going to be war next year. By then, you be like removing your shoe.
Start using your bottom to walk.
You be moving. Get. I mean, where are you going? Don't worry. It's next year. I'm coming. Before that next year reach, you don't reach.
I've gotten to another place.
So when they are fighting in that time, so when you know the exam is coming, you know you are here. When you have exam and you be see some of you people one really play, you will see them everywhere. They are playing and they are here for purpose of academics. You say bye bye at home because you want to go for academics. But you don't get to where you're supposed to money about learning. You get to this place, you're not playing, you're doing something else. It's not possible. You can't eat your cake and still happy. Oh, le fàsìkò ṣeré kò tó ní the same àpẹlẹ́ni tí ò ṣe EAF. Please, I beg you.
Thank you so much. Oga, all right. How many more questions? All right.
Yeah.
First one. Hello, attention.
So moving on to the next question. A student wants to ask if this favor can be granted by the department. At the beginning of the semester, all list of materials, practicals, expenses and fees should be calculated and dropped so as to inform our parents at home. Due to the spontaneous demanding and collection of money at home, some of our parents have turned us into fraudsters. I would like the HOD to take this.
Noted for action.
Okay, so the final question says that, can the role of the CEC and the SRC be clearly stated so that each council can know their role? I would like the HOD to take the question too.
No, I don't really have much questions. I don't really want to respond to many questions because I have my date here. So I know he has many schedules, many things at hand to do. So, but the fact is, let me just take a minute to do that. When you say SRC and CEC, like every one of you have known, CEC, you are in Nigeria. Every one of us. Okay, if we are not Nigerian, I believe we are here in Nigeria. So we know that we have elective posts like that of president, governor, local government chairman. That is CEC. These are the people that they are supposed to be there to carry things out. While the SRC are representative from each level that will be checkmating what these people are doing. What have they been using your money on? Then the problem you have in your own department, because you might have like 300 level, they use their power. Their power, they're supposed to be the one dominating the entire department because of the population. So now, if you now have the entire executive in the 300 level, it means that SRC will be representing each level. So 500 level will be able to have their say through SRC. That we are not having this. Please provide to us. So that we want to have direct link to other states. While the CEC are being elected, that's just the differences. So please.
Thank you so much, sir. As we come to the end of today's podcast session, we would like to sincerely appreciate our guests for their sincere knowledge and for sharing their experiences with us and answering the questions truly. Thank you.
So thank you so much. And again, we want to specially appreciate our faculty leader, the dean, the person of Professor E.A Akande. Thank you so much for joining us. And also, we want to appreciate the HOD for also joining us. We say thank you. We want to appreciate everyone for participating and everyone present and online, our online audience. We say thank you so much. And this is the end of the podcast section. As I welcome Mr. F.B Oluwagbemileke to take the next section. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Let's keep clapping until they step down.